Hello everybody, now we're finishing off the festival, so let's get those key cards. And goddamn it, that Assassin's Creed technology is this always in the games where there's constant glitching out?
A lot of times, but apparently it's more common in the earlier games.
If Bethesda make this DLC.
No, this is supposed to be, like Terja said, it's supposed to reference the games. The Assassin's Creed games, I mean.
You see, Pedro, until Assassin's Creed Unity made this an actual game problem, the glitches were actually meant to be part of the immersion that, again, you were reliving memories, so you couldn't go outside the boundaries of those memories otherwise.
And also there were the fact that the excuse, quote-unquote, that the Animus technology was primitive, faulty, you know.
Which kind of falls apart when we get to the later games, since they should have perfected that stuff by now.
Well, yeah, they have glitches on their own. These static effects is almost over, aside from the borders.
So yeah, most of the...
Oh, that guy teleported, but yeah.
Tio, how surprised they never actually tried to make a story reason for why Unity was so buggy.
Well, I'll guess that's commitment.
Most of the key cards are just
Can you imagine, though, if they tried to excuse it with a story plot?
Sorry, go ahead, Pedro.
Most of the key cards are being held by guards who are just doing the rounds. However, there are a couple that are a bit more tricky to get, and you'll see. All right, let's try to track that guy to this hiding place. You'll see.
Is that a...
It's just a little thing for us to hide.
No, it's not toilet.
What's going on in there?
He's attracting the guard.
Noctis?
I whistled. I whistled to attract the guard here. There we go.
Oh. Yeah, it's what we've said in the previous part. Yeah, they dissipates, but that's kind of what the killing animation is in the original games. So yeah, that's kind of what Noctis is doing.
That's kind of the basically we're operating on Assassin's Creed logic, Dwibs.
Right.
All right then. Let's get a higher vantage point so we can.
Yeah. Why don't you take the hood off?
Because then we wouldn't be playing Assassin 2. Come on. Get into the spirit of things.
She's not buying into it.
All right, now
you kind of can be an assassin without it. In fact, you're an assassin without it quite a lot in Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, basically, yeah, as we've seen in the demo, Pronto has a crush on Cindy. Anyway, hey, Gladio, hi.
All this cosplayer Anka junk doesn't suit me.
Hey Gladio, how you doing? Yeah, true. He's kind of.
So we need a diversion.
Gladio will be our diversion.
I'm a distraction.
Literally, you could just paint that other than your tattoos.
Use that.
Well, I'm sure that if there are any female guards or male guards who swing that way, he has just the perfect set to grab that attention.
Sadly, only robots, kinda, sorta.
Shoot.
Oops.
Dang it, they fought ahead.
There we go.
Rest in peace. Did you think you're the Undertaker?
Crud, my video buffered. What time are you guys at?
Go to 4 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Only 4
I am at 4 minutes.
Alright, almost there.
Now I'm imagining this game having WWE DLC.
Of course. Well, Gladio will kind of fit, I guess.
That would not surprise me.
Alright, almost there, Jova. Get ready. And click.
Alright, for this guard we can just use the good old whistling trick.
It reminds me of the last WWE game we did for this channel, where I accidentally made Pedro look a bit like Ignis.
Alright then.
What's with the screaming?
Yeah.
The what, sorry?
The screaming.
Was tied that to the guard?
Yes.
Oh god. We're not playing bloody Prince of Persia 2 again, are we?
No, there's not enough edge. This game doesn't have nearly enough edge, Dwip. So
seriously, Shio, that game has some of the worst audio design I've ever seen in a video game, period.
It makes Sonic Adventure 2 on the PC look masterful by comparison.
Yes.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, Jova, which version of Sonic Adventure 2? Because remember, each re-release actually had worse sound mixing.
He just said the PC version.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Well, the PC version is the PC version is usually the HD version, because remember that version was also released in 360
no,
and
Pedro, remember, the PC version is actually the worst when it comes to the sound mixing.
Oh, really? Is it even? Wait, I thought it was the same on all 3 platforms.
No. It actually got worse.
No, the PC version is. I haven't played the other versions of the HD version, but the PC version is said to be the worst when it comes to the audio mixing.
Jeez.
See, here's how it goes.
Neither.
See, here's how it goes. It was best on the Dreamcast version. It got.
Oh, right. The crowd control.
I wasn't aware of. But I do know
I'll fill you in later after the cutscene.
Sure.
How it goes.
I do.
I'll let the cutscene's over.
Don't worry, this is not so much important. More so, it's more
basically
these people. Prompto is using the populace to distract the guard. That's all you need to know.
It's weird. Usually, one of the essential mechanics of stealth in the Assassin's Creed is actually to blend in the crowds. The most famous trick used was I remember specifically it was one of the selling points on the first trailer of Altair, blending in with some monks using white robes. So he blended in perfectly. But with the later game, we just needed any type of crowd, and then your assassin will blend perfectly into, avoid detection and get closer to the crowd.
I love how Noctis just 86 that guy in front of an entire crowd.
Yeah, Jova, I've seen it also in some killings from before, that the guards just teleport in the position of the killing.
That's a bit lazy.
Well, or maybe it just demonstrates that this event was not made with extreme quality in mind, and just to showcase the enough fan service for the crossover that they had in mind.
I guess it just showed well with it being a temporary event. But yeah, anyway, here's how it goes, Pedro. The Dreamcast version has the best sound mixing and balancing. Then the GameCube version came, and believe it or not, that's where the infamous parts where Sonic and Shadow's lines during the final boss in the respective stories gets cut down.
Now this actually is something. Okay.
I'll distract them with my Britishness.
Of course.
So yeah, Ignis will stay positioned in a high place, and he will tell us whenever someone is coming.
Just don't get distracted by a new recipe again, okay, Ignis? That kind of went bad the last time we tried to sneak in.
All right. Let's see.
But
okay. You say the GameCube about.
It's interesting you say that, Joe, because
got a bit wonky, and then came the PS3 version.
Is that the one where almost every of the audio is? Because I remember specifically the other thing that also Proger mentioned of the lines of Dr. Robotnik being barely audible.
You cannot hear Eggman in the HD version, period. You cannot hear him for
I'm sorry, because I like Mike Paulo, but I also have respect for the old voice actor.
Oh, no. Yeah. Everybody loves Dean Bristow. You don't trust me. That's not at all an issue.
Yeah, but they
love him as much as they love Mike, but unfortunately he wasn't around long enough.
Yeah, sadly.
Although sadly, his last game he was in had to be Sonic Heroes, and
actually, it was
technically it was Advance 3. Actually,
technically Sonic Advance 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sonic Adventure
that was the first one
to.
That was the first handheld game to have voices as well. So yeah, that was new recordings they did, even though it was only.
Shiroi, before Advance 3, there was a battle as well.
Battle.
There was battle as well. Sonic Battle.
Yeah, I forgot that came before.
Anyway, it's interesting to say. You know what's interesting, Joe? But the interesting thing is that there's a fan out there on YouTube who's modding the GameCube ISO, and he's fixing the sound mixing, and it makes a world of difference. I have to show you after this. It's because it's amazing.
That'll probably be the version I end up doing for the channel, since Dolphin helps make GameCube games look magnificent.
It's still a work in progress though, so it's gonna be a bit.
And from what I've seen, graphically wise, the versions don't change much from each other.
The HD version, the basic, from what I can tell, is basically like this. The best HD version.
Widescreen support for the HD version.
Well, it's kind of like this too. The best HD version of Sonic Adventure 2 is the Xbox 360 version, and by extension the Xbox One version, because backwards compatibility. However, the problem there is that only some scenes are in widescreen. For some reason, they could not remaster the entire... I mean, the gameplay is entirely in widescreen, but only some cutscenes are in widescreen. It's weird.
Anyway,
the rest are 4x3.
Yeah.
So anyway, working up to the PC version, like Pedro said, the Sonic Adventure 2 on the Xbox 360 was not as bad, but here's the baffling thing. With the PC version, it got worse. Even worse than the PS3 version, because, yeah, for some reason, people tend to be lazy with PC optimization. Now, here's the thing also, the multiplayer stuff is paid DLC for that game.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, the sound mixing is the absolute worst that it is in the PC version. Not only that, the PC version has a glitch where you can actually get stuck on the first level, that being City Escape, in the trolley, to the point where the trolley will be stuck above you for the whole level at times, and if you jump up high enough, you'll end up being stuck up in it in the sky above you. That happened to me on my first time I ever played it on the PC.
Luckily, I haven't encountered any glitches in the PC version yet, but the sound mixing is
quite something.
The best version, if you ask me, the best way to play Sonic Adventure 2 is still on the GameCube, which is why I use the GameCube ISO on my Wii U.
Since we're on about technical stuff,
go ahead, Weebs.
I've recently I've been looking into what would be the cheapest yet most practical way of recording imported games?
What do you mean by that?
You know,
he's going on about the Crash Bandicoot Japanese game.
No, not just that.
No, he's asking what's going on in game right now.
Oh, that. Right. I've been spotted, basically.
Yeah, you couldn't move the camera.
No,
so, Dwibs, are you asking for a special emulator? Because I think otherwise you could use an Elgato with imported games.
Well, the problem is, Jova, I've been looking into stuff like that, and even with I don't have a PS3 anymore, but even if I did, region locking still applies to PS1 and PS2 games, as well as other consoles as well.
Well, in that case, use the PS1 emulator. I got you, since that has both
I've used another one, but the issue is, I
have no idea how
the issue was finding those versions of the game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know where to find the games, so that's not a problem.
The emulator. I mean, I've got the first Crash Japan version. The issue is, though, the emulator I did go with wasn't the one Jova suggested, because I had a hard time getting it to work. So in the meantime, I got another one, and it's fine, but it keeps lagging.
Okay. Here's the thing, Dwibs. The way that emulator... Oh, wait. Does it lag while you try to record?
All right.
No, I haven't recorded anything yet. It lags when I play.
That might... What are the specs on whatever you're using with it?
It's my current laptop.
And how is its specs?
It's got... I think it's got like 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Okay, and enough storage space, I trust?
Yep, storage space is fine. It's
and how's its processor? Is it using an iCore i3, an iCore i2, or is it using an iCore 5? And does it also have a nice terabyte?
Does it make coffee for you?
I'm just checking the bottom of my laptop.
How dare you not knowing this vital information? Shame on you.
If I had a PC that could also make me tea, I'd never leave the house again.
Also, is it a Toshiba Satellite 1.985 model, or is it a Toshiba Satellite 2.801?
Now you're just being eccentric.
It can fry eggs.
Okay. So
that was some brilliant dialogue right there. The Prince of Garbage, and he literally says, "Can it? Get it? Garbage can."
So where's the last key card?
Well, Till, pay attention at the mini map, and you'll see.
No, I'm also seeing the marker on the screen.
It's because I've literally marked it with my optional marker as well.
Yeah, thanks to the God, I forgot the term. The synchronization. There you go.
Anyway, Dwibs, for one thing, if your computer has a slower processor, make sure you don't have many things open while trying to play it.
That too.
Because
got in my can.
Like I said, the emulator I've got isn't like yours, Jova.
You have another one?
Yeah,
All right, now we're gonna
it.
have a cutscene, so
we got
say
all
that
the
for
key
later.
cards.
Okay.
Shall I talk to you via text about it?
Sure.
Yeah, the
better.
cutscene should be over soon enough.
So now what?
No, from this point on, it's all story stuff.
Wait,
Yeah, I was
really?
thinking that.
All of this?
I'll say it
Okay,
in
then
text.
go ahead.
First of all, got to find out the name of what it is.
Well, then we have to use this card to access that card, and oh wait, no, it's going to be simpler.
So there you go. Like we said before, Cindy's gonna help.
I'm sovereign, y'all.
She's gonna shut down the things to buy us time. So, but however, Cindy cannot fight, so one of us needs to go and escort her.
Aha.
Golly gee, I wonder who's gonna be chosen to escort Cindy.
Actually, surprisingly, it's Ignis.
Huh.
It's actually the player that chooses who's gonna escort her, and I chose Ignis because I trust Ignis best of all.
You chose Ignis.
Well, Ignis
You're
is
not a sheeper, Pedro. How dare you?
No, it's not that. Ignis is the most. I think Ignis is the most logical choice. He's the most reliable of the four.
Wow, come on, Prompta's reliable.
No, they're all reliable. It's just that Ignis, of course, is the most intelligent, the most level-minded. He's, of course, the one that would be the best person to be with in a jam. So
he's a guy who gets distracted by finding a new recipe every now and then, though.
He's the most British, therefore he's the most, fit for the job.
Of course. So, question: does picking who escorts her, does that affect the story, or this part of the campaign?
Because the escorting and her shutting off the thing is done off screen while we fight the final boss.
I get that, but does it affect you, who's there and what dialogue they may say?
No, it doesn't really affect anything. All right, one final tribute to this thing. Why not?
Yeah, with the eagle and everything.
Hey, Loqi.
Hey.
Is he really short, or are the magiteck guards just tall?
He's short. He's like the Griffin from the Tangled series.
And that's where we started. Okay.
When you get to it, guys, a temporary.
Actually, no. The thing where we started was.
Yeah, actually, it was this one. I remember this.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Everything.
So when you get down to it, guys, a temporary DLC event actually managed to have the full Eagle ending uncut, whereas the actual movie of Assassin's Creed failed to do that.
Well, Joe, if there's one thing I've learned over the years is that the people at Square are clearly huge Assassin's Creed fans, so obviously they would actually get this right.
How sad is it that Square-Enix got Assassin's Creed better than Ubisoft running their own movie?
Yeah, that's sad.
So depressing.
I mean, look, I know I make fun of Ubisoft here and there, but I do want them to do better than messing up Tetris on the PS4 and blaming it on people having too many friends.
Same.
And again, Assassin's Creed Origins is by no means a bad game. It's just, it's
another IP disguised as Assassin's Creed.
Wait, what is Origins like a betrayal in the sense that it's not an Assassin's Creed game at heart?
Think about it like Black Flag. It has the
very
elements
core mechanics, the assassins from above, the stealth and everything, but it introduces so many new things that are clearly not in tune with the rest of the franchise established so far. It is just jarring.
Think about it like this. It's okay. It has the Assassin's Creed stuff, but the Assassin's Creed stuff is not played as much as the new stuff.
It's essentially the same as 4 was. He
Black
did the Assassin's Creed. He did the Assassin's Creed stuff, but it was mostly a pirate game.
Hence why we asked why they didn't make a new IP with that gameplay, and well, look what happened later: Skull and Crossbones. The point is okay, think about it like this. These are more Assassin's Creed Origins and Black Flag. They feel like something that should be more spin-offs rather than mainline games. It's like if Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden had gummy ships be the main play of the game as opposed to the on-foot stuff. That's kind of what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually really like the gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts 2, so I wouldn't mind a spin-off game based on that.
Well, okay, yeah, but a spin-off on that is something that's not like a gummy ship simulator or something.
What I miss.
We're following the young Loqi in the introductory
Basically, Shiroi, Cindy is gonna help us by shutting down the device that jams our magic, and Ignis is gonna escort her there. In the meantime,
the player gets to pick who escorts her.
Assassinate.
Yeah, I haven't actually gotten to the point where I pick yet, but whatever. It's not really relevant to the story. So.
Wait. Hold on, but you already said that you picked Ignis.
Well, I haven't actually gotten to the point yet, but I spoil it. But don't worry, you'll see.
Eh? But we just had the same talking to her.
Just hold on, Jova.
I can't let him get away. And I can't let myself hold you back. Go on without me.
Alright.
Where are you?
Prompto's gonna stay.
He was behind it.
He's behind me. Alright, time to retrieve that last key card from Loqi.
Boss fight?
Yes.
Is Loqi a character in the main game?
No, because he's about to die here.
Oh. Spoilers.
Yikes.
It doesn't matter, Shiroi. It doesn't matter here, Shiroi. The game doesn't really ask us to care so much about Loqi.
Well, yeah,
Loqi is not in the main game.
Yeah.
Loqi is not in the main game. He was just fought up for this particular
Also,
DLC
did he
event.
just made a Spider-Man reference?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you say?
Your
Wow.
friendly neighborhood assassin.
Well,
Also, that thing literally sucks.
All right, let's chase Loqi.
Not sure about assassins being friendly.
Again, Shuri, assassins are the good guys compared to Templars.
She's
For
saying
the
a lot
most
of the
part.
morality of this franchise. But then again,
then-
by the way it ends, it establishes that things are way beyond everyone's control.
And then
Yeah,
came
I've heard
Assassin's...
questionable things about this game's morality.
See, you talk about Assassin's Creed or Final
The
Fantasy?
series,
shit,
I mean,
it's a
the series,
mecha.
sorry. Yes,
Oh,
Assassin.
crud, Metal Gear!
Yes. Oh, remember, Jova. This Final Fantasy has Metal Gears, as we've established in
Yeah.
that one trailer we commentated on.
And turret sections.
Basically, though, Shuri, when Assassin's Creed, it was relatively simple, but then Assassin's Creed Rogue came about. See, Assassin's Creed Rogue is where you
hold
play
on,
as a
Jova, just
Templar
real
who
quick.
use-
Well, Teo, you have to admit, it beats throwing around Mog. Go ahead, Jova.
Alright.
Okay, basically, Shuri, essentially, it was relatively simple until Assassin's Creed Rogue. Rogue is
There you go,
basically
Teo.
a
Loki
game-
agrees with you.
Yeah.
Sharper than I thought. Sharp enough to know you.
Punch him?
Turns out he was luring us in. There you go.
Oops.
Any last words?
Well,
There-
shit.
Now he's cornered us, so he's gonna attack us.
Trapped.
Yeah, he agrees with me.
Ah, you can only see that once in a T-rated T game.
Oh, the fucking feathers, of course.
Is this a reference?
Oh, yes.
In
yes.
Assassin's Creed 2, the character of Ezio had a little brother which, by initial accident that counts as his origin story, died tragically. He was very fond of his collection of feathers. So a main thing, a side quest to do in the game, is to collect feathers throughout all of the game's hub world. Trust me, it is really painful.
They're the precursor to the Riddler stuff in the Arkham games.
Basically, we're being chased and attacked, so try your best to follow the cursor and run away without being hit. Again,
So
because of the
Teo-
gem, because Cindy hasn't got to the gem device yet, we still cannot
So
use
we
our
need
magic.
to just get around for it. Go ahead, ask Joey, Jova.
So, Dio, did you also, at some point just break down and use a guide to find all the feathers?
Didn't bothered. Like,
What?
all.
Be forewarned, though, with the Ezio collection that's now on PS4, there's probably going to be an achievement tied to that.
Well, it was also already. Remember, Joe, it was only the first Assassin's Creed who hadn't trophies. It had achievements on the Xbox 360 version, but not trophies. But starting with 2, they started at trophies as well. But it was one of those games that I just played to a friend's house and didn't bother with the trophies.
It's because when the PS3 was originally released, it actually didn't have trophies. It was they only added it in later with a patch because they noticed how the achievements on the 360 were really popular.
Yeah, and only a very few handful of games actually patched in trophies later on their life cycle.
Metal Gear
Like
Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 4 only got trophies 4 years after
Alright,
its launch with a patch. There we go. Now we're actually going to do. There we go. Who will be providing backup? We'll go with Ignis, like I said.
So I guess the thing that matters is who will not be with you.
As you wish. I'll take pains to keep us.
Thanks, Iggy.
Well, keep an eye out for me, will you?
I'll take pains.
Is it a British thing, Dwaves?
Ye old British.
I'm pretty sure it just means
there you
I'll do
go.
my...
Shit.
There you go.
So I guess this is his
Jokes on you, Noctis. I've got myself a Metal Gear.
Why does it look like he has a big dick?
That's his machine gun.
Well, Dwibs, maybe Loki's.
Position.
Well, Dwibs, maybe.
So he's literally packing heat.
Also,
Okay.
Dweebs,
Yes,
I'm
he
about
is.
to teach you a lesson in history of mecha media in general, starting with early days of Mazinger Z and Gundam and everything. Mechas tend to be compensation symbols a lot of
Yeah,
times.
that's how I was saying, Dwibs, that maybe he's compensating for something, Dwibs.
Don't even get me started on Evangelion with that.
Evangelion goes full philosophical bullshit.
So yeah, this
How
is
do you
the.
make masturbation philosophical?
So yeah, defeat this
Because-
boss battle, and
Yeah, go ahead.
and the DLC ends.
Because what's his name wills it.
Loqi. Also, Jova, get in the fucking robot.
And there we go.
And yet, believe it or not, Kill la Kill may have a parent worse than Shinji's father.
Oh shit, it exploded.
Whoa! Kamikaze!
How am I still speaking even if I've exploded?
That's how awesome I am.
What a shame.
Alright.
So now what?
Well, now the day is saved, thanks to the
Yeah,
assassins.
no.
Hello.
It gets Noctis in the horizon, and he says, "I did it.
So
I
we're in the
saved
ending
world."
206
Really
now.
saved the day.
Least we could do after getting
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
Shut up. I'm just glad Holly made
It's like the ending of that Teen Titans Go Powerpuff Girls crossover.
That's probably what they were referencing.
No thanks to the Teen Titans. Seriously, what is wrong with those guys?
Things are out there.
That's one of the reasons why that's one of the few good Teen Titans Go episodes. because it
Seriously,
points out what's
don't they have
wrong
any
with
other
them.
shows to air?
Chase every desire.
Well, last week they.
Hold on,
well,
hold
there
on.
was that Steven Universe.
Brotherhood. Nothing is true.
Yeah. Reference.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed reference, Assassin's Creed reference, Assassin's Creed
Nulla reale,
reference.
tutto lecito.
There you go, too. They openly...
Trust me, cosplay does go to people's heads.
Yes.
Yeah. I've actually seen, I've seen, well, no, sure, I've seen you in one. Didn't go to your head.
Well, that's because she was cosplaying as Maya.
Oh.
She couldn't afford to let it go to her.
Hello
head.
there.
And look at that.
Yeah, I guess.
No way.
one
Is
final-
that Ezio?
One final reference, why not? Yeah.
Or
Dude,
Altair.
oh wait, Altair?
Yeah, kind of remind me more of Altair.
Yeah,
he was the first protagonist, so it makes sense to conclude everything with him.
How weird, because normally when people think Assassin's Creed, they think Ezio.
It
Because
suffers from the
Altair-
same. It suffers from the same problem of Street Fighter. People tend to forget there was a first game.
Well, yeah, not only that, but Altair isn't exactly the most
But
charismatic as
I
protagonist.
know. But yeah,
Anyway,
that was the festival, I
sure.
guess.
Anyway, sure, to sum things up though, things were simple until Rogue came about. Basically, in Rogue, you play as a Templar who used to be an assassin, and the assassins are gunning after you. And then there's this whole complex stuff about, the assassins may actually truly be evil, and the Templars might be trying to do good stuff despite the fact that the Templars have been established to be the bad guys from the get-go. Like, basically, sure, imagine if there were a Kingdom Hearts game where it's actually implied that Xehanort all along has been the good guy, and Sora and company have been tricked into working for the forces of evil by trying to stop the bad guys all along.
Anyway, final thoughts, I guess.
Yeah,
I will start first.
It's okay.
No, sure, go ahead, Dweebs. You may have fresh.
It's okay. Again, I haven't really played much Assassin's Creed, but it seems alright. That's it.
All right. I actually really enjoyed this event. It's a nice little breath of fresh air compared to the rest of the game. It's nice that they're doing all these events and stuff to give us reasons to come back to the game. So yeah, and I enjoyed it. Like, it's an interesting little tribute to Assassin's Creed, even though I'm not into that series. I can tell that the developers clearly love the series, because considering how many references there are in it. So yeah, pretty cool to me. Jova, what do you think? Since you're a fan of this.
Yeah, it's a nice little reference. I do wish that they could have done maybe a bit more with stuff, like maybe have the team each dress up as different incarnations of Assassin's Creed. Obviously Noctis would be the most recent one. I do wish that they could have maybe, put a bit more effort into, incorporating the kills on the mixer in there. But, for a temporary DLC event, it does well enough, and
it's free,
definitely a nice love letter. And hey, it's still a better homage to the series than the actual movie is, so well done.
As for me, yeah, I think it's okay. I need it in the worst case serviceable. But besides, again, it's free. So It's a bit. You can see that it's a bit unpolished, but it's not that harmful. Maybe it's a bit hard in some sections where the stealth is really required, as Pedro shown, but nothing too much mind-boggling. And again, everything is free anyway. This thing is free anyway, so worth your time, I guess. It's a shame that apparently Loqi didn't was created only for this one, for this particular event, but what can I do?
Oh, don't worry. We'll have our own Imperial General in the game itself. So
I'm still
All right. What about you?
Yeah,
go on.
Well, pretty much the same as Pedro and Dwebs. This is fine. I don't have any attachment to the Assassin's Creed series, but this seems enough.
All right, Jonah.
That's the only thing I missed. Well, I already gave my thoughts.
Yeah, already did.
No, what you were about to say right now.
I guess the only thing I miffed about is that we're probably never going to get that cool bit where you get to fight the president of Square-Enix.
True. That's Japanese exclusive as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Oh well.
All right then.
See you then, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.